What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's talk about another book along this book. Okay, so today we're talking about The Land in Winter. It takes place around 1962, and we basically follow four people, two married couples. And it's set in winter, okay? Like cold winter. The coldest winter that the city of Bristol has ever seen. But so you follow these two married couples. The book opens up with this man with one of them at a mental asylum. Okay, so you have one guy, he's struggling with some mental things. Then you have a woman, she's struggling with some mental things from grief, loss, trauma, and they're in these marriages. So you got two sets of couples in two different marriages. And the marriages are just as cold as winter. They are like full of bitterness, like quiet bitterness, quiet resentment, quiet deception that becomes more obvious. It's full of isolation and like dwindling hope. There's a huge theme in this book of dwindling hope and isolation. So much so that the winter time, the setting and landscape was used as a metaphor to kind of convey that. I wish, I didn't hate this book, but I do wish, I found myself reading, and when he was talking about the setting and kind of setting the scene, I wish that it was all like a nature, right, a nature novel. I wish it was a piece of nature writing, and that was what we got. I wish I could have done without the couples, for real. I could have done without that little plot that was just kind of like, like I have no problem with slow paced books, none. I have no problem. But this kind of veered towards boring at times, especially like the middle portion of the book. And then you have this like event that takes place at the end of the book. I'm assuming that's supposed to be like a shocker. And I just didn't like the way the ending was handled either. But the way that the author sets the scene and the landscape and like puts you there, you're like transported there. I wish this was a nature novel. I wish it was like Walden, where I'm like Henry David Thoreau, and I'm like feeling like I'm in that cabin. That's what I wished it was. I wish that they weren't even there, like the main characters, the little plot. I get why though, because when I think about it, like what the book was actually about, it sounds good. Like it sounds like something I like to read about. It sounds interesting. But while reading it, I was bored at multiple points. And I don't even know why. I can't say it's because it's slow paced, because I have no problem with slow paced books. But it was something like I kept like coming in and out of the story. And I found myself in again when I felt like I was being transported to the location, when I felt like the snow was at my feet and I felt like I need to get in front of the fireplace. Like that's what I liked about it. Um, the couples annoyed me in this book. All of them. Like there was a friendship that blossomed between the two wives that had its good parts. Like it was cute at some parts, but then even then I was just kind of like, okay. So I don't know. The writing when it came to again setting the landscape was beautiful. I didn't really care for the plot like that. I really didn't like the way the ending of the book was handled. But yeah, it had its pros and cons. I feel like if I were to rate it, I'd be like right in the middle, because I really like the nature portion of it, and I just kind of didn't like the rest of it. So it's kind of like, I think I'll fall like right in the middle. A lot of people liked it though. So yeah, outside of me thinking that the nature component was the strongest element, it was all right. I don't read many nature writings. This wasn't a nature writing either, but again, that was the strongest component. And it made me want to read an actual piece of nature writing again. So I don't know. It was okay. It was okay. That's where I'm at with this. It's not the worst book that I read on the list for sure. It's two of them that's way below this. But it wasn't the best either. This was kind of like middle of the road. And I'm saying that because once I'm done, like I said, I'm going to rank them. I think I have three left to read. I either have 2 or 3 books left to read on the book along list. And right now, this is kind of sitting like at the middle because it has so many elements that I liked and appreciated. But then I was bored for a chunk of the book. Yeah, that's that. And I even tried to give it a fair shake. I read about a third of the book like a month ago. I read a third of the book and I was like, I am so bored. And I closed it. But we have a book club discussion coming up on it. And I was like, people were like in the chat saying how much they loved it. It was so good. They were like putting their reviews, like spoiler free type reviews, saying it was so good, so good. And I was like, maybe I'm missing something. So I literally started it over. I was a third of the way through in the book. I started over because I'm like, I must be missing something. I started it over just to have the same exact experience. I was being hopeful and I had the same experience. The same experience. It had its highs, but also I was just kind of like, what's next? Can we just I do like the things that's used as a metaphor in the book. I like the comparisons made. I like the symbolism in it. I like what the author uses to like mirror certain things, like with what's going on with one of the wives and like what's happening in the field. It's got all the makings of what I would like. It really does. Like I like how I like the elements. I just didn't necessarily like how they were all put together. So yeah, that's my thoughts and opinion. Let me know what y'all think if y'all read it. If you haven't read it, is this something that you would read? It's very bleak. It's a very bleak book. Let me know if you read it in the comments, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.